Hey guys, the 2.0 of the dumbbell hooks. These. The first ones were these, which I made out of the plywood. But these are now made out of metal. And this is how they work. It's easy to train with even heavy dumbbells since you can easily rack them to the bar or whatever. And why these I think are better than the first is because they do not spin. You know, the previous these, like, if you did not tighten the locks well enough, it is had like, they had like so. Think about if I put a lock here and the lock is not tight enough, even though I'm holding on to the bar, this might happen. It might happen that you cannot rack the weights since the hook falls under. With this, there is not that problem, since even though I would have totally loose side, these still stay upward. Since they are welded on the handle itself, I can sew it closer. As you see, maybe, this is the handle, and here we have just a bar, like threaded bar. And this is the handle itself. Just a pipe that goes into this threaded bar, which has been welded this time of a hook. The hook itself mimics the commercial dumbbell hooks. They have this kind of profile, but the downside of them is that they are not welded to the handle, obviously. You just wrap them around the bar, but these are, so it makes good that now there is nothing bothering you grip. Since there is nothing, this is just attached here and here. And so, to the first point, returning to the first point, this obeys, the hook itself obeys the handle. So it's not, even though you have loose locks, the hook will stay up, not like in the first handle. Okay, the second benefit for this is that now that the hook itself is attached to the handle, the hook, the dumbbell hook like this went here to the bar where the plates go. So obviously then they are taking room from the plates. Like, you can only stack so much weight to the bar before you cannot put the lock on. So now that there is the hook is no longer taking a room here, you can stack more weight. So that is the second benefit. Obviously the third benefit is that I would think they are safer. Or at least I would think that they are more reliable. Since this is plywood. Like, when I was loading these dumbbells with 70 kilos once, I started to wonder that, can this handle that much? Obviously I stress tested this, that they can handle 100 kilos. But holding weight statically here and racking this like this are different things. So even though it could handle 100 kilos statically here, it might break when you rack it with 70 kilos. So that was something I was conscious about and worried that it might break. Obviously, they don't fall on me since I have the grip on them all the time. But even still, it was worrying and might have led to an injury of some kind if they would have broken. And this, since it is metal, welded on metal, I would think it is a stronger design. And hence I would think I feel a lot more confident using these than I used these. The fourth benefit of these is that when with these, when you were racking them like this, these were like here. So obviously now, as you can see, there are two hooks, and you need to get both of the hooks on the bar. So that is, it takes a little bit more like diligence, like accuracy and skill, and something you have to be mindful of when you are using this, that you need to get the both of them to the bar. So it's something that makes using this a little bit something that requires a skill. So that because there is an possibility for the accident that you only rack one of the hooks and the other hook doesn't rack the bar. And obviously then all the weight load is on the one hook. So it might break and you might have an accident there. With this, there is only one hook. Obviously there are two rods, but the two rods lead to one point, which is, obviously this is just a one rod, but these lead to one point, and obviously then if you see that this one point racks, it's done. You have successfully racked your dumbbell hooks. So they are a little bit easier to use, in my opinion. So that is the fourth benefit of this. So these are the reasons why I think this is now better, superior to this. And also, we might add a fourth thing, which is that I made intentionally this longer than the previous one. As you can see, with the previous one, the dumbbell would have been here, meaning that it is higher. This, in other words, the distance from the bar to the dumbbell is shorter than with this. What this mechanism allows is that you don't probably have to be worried that your dumbbells will hit this bar. In other words, if you put the bar high enough, where you can barely get this up, it might be that you can do this movement totally under the bar. You don't have to worry that the dumbbells, this will hit here. And this obviously makes the movement a lot more natural feeling, since you don't have to rack them and then bring them forward. You can just rack them directly under the bar. Let me demonstrate. This could be higher. I might make another hole here so that I can put this even higher. But even now, as you can see, I cannot hit this bar with the dumbbells. This means that I can train with these dumbbells directly under the bar. Like I can take them up here, where I'm the strongest. I can take them up here and then do this. And then I just got them here. Notice that with the previous handles, since this distance was shorter, there was possibility of these dumbbells hitting the bar. I had to do this. I had to be forward and not under the dumbbells and take them like this and then retard them behind me. Obviously you can do that, but it doesn't feel as natural as racking them from here where you are the strongest and then just pressing them all the time on the spot where you are the strongest. So, this kind of video. Thanks, bye.